Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. I would like to die on Mars, just not on impact. If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. Don't confuse education with schooling. I didn't go to Harvard, but people who work for me did. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. Great companies are built on great products. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then, probability will occur. You have to be pretty driven to make it happen. Otherwise, you will just make yourself miserable. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. Being an entrepreneur is like eating glass and staring into the abyss of death. I always have optimism, but I'm realistic. It was not with the expectation of great success that I started Tesla or SpaceX. It's just that I thought they were important enough to do anyway. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. You want to have a future where you're expecting things to be better, not one where you're expecting things to be worse. Don't confuse a busy life with a fulfilled one. My biggest mistake is probably weighing too much on someone's talent and not someone's personality. The idea of lying on a beach as my main thing just sounds like the worst. It sounds horrible to me. I would go bonkers. I would have to be on serious drugs. No amount of alcohol would make that tolerable. Work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. This improves the odds of success. If you create a product that is compelling enough, people will desire it even if it's expensive. When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Now, what's wrong with a horse?" That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. There's a tremendous bias against taking risks. Everyone is trying to optimize their ass covering. I don't believe in process. In fact, when I interview a potential employee and he or she says that it's all about the process, I see that as a bad sign. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is a disaster. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket.